It's Madden NFL 22, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the football team and the Cowboys. Coming up next.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Washington football team and the Dallas Cowboys. Green to bring it back. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. Oh, the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Oh, that's a big line there on 3rd down because you've got a Cowboy running back coming out the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a 1st down, but for big yardage as well.
On 1st down, Riggins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. He'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Wide open, that's Clark. They lost him. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Owens. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a give right side. Riggins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Barber. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. This is intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And the Washington offense going back to work. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run on 1st down. Riggins. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to get the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw here. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
Hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. They'll drop to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence, that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. He's got it complete to Clark. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of a couple on what should be the final carry of half number 1. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we send you off due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they're on the losing end of things here. What do they need to do if they're going to turn things around, CD?
Partner, it's awfully close to being a must drive here, I think, for them, because I think a touchdown here in this opening drive is something they absolutely have to have. They only managed 3 points in the first half. They know that's not going to get it done. So without adding pressure to them, they already know the stakes. They need a touchdown here to get things started.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Third quarter starts with a run by Barber. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike, check, 59, 59.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Owens. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Pearson. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Barber. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, Barber. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Going right side, he has Witten. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll run with Barber, and this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, after the loss on first down, they're going to walk that line and understand they don't have to rush just yet, but time is still going to be a factor in their decision-making. Call your play. Make sure everyone knows what they're doing. You have to score a touchdown here. You've got to find a way to cash in.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Running with Barber out of the gun. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They'll run with Barber. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And this one is right through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Riggins able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. So 3rd down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. Well, we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage that they need.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's go, baby.
Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Pearson. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's a handoff to Barber, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Pearson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch him drop for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And this one is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He's back to throw. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Back to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
On 2nd down, Barber, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. Kick it away after the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. And this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Drops this one off to Portis. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It got his man complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Three yards remain for 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll look to throw here.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it, and this one's over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost fell schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.